Hey folks, Gary here. Man, Marn and I are loving the new office. It is just a great space to be in. It's really cool. Today we're looking at Matthew 11, and we're looking at Matthew 11 verses 28, 29, and 30. And the idea behind it is this. How many of you live with regret? Right? Regret is like your roommate. Like you regret things you didn't do in the past that you should have done, or you're regretting the things that maybe you did do. Maybe you hurt people or whatever it is, and you're living in that regret. You think, man, I wish I never would have done that. I think all of us have been there. And Jesus doesn't want you to live in that place. One, it's exhausting. And so he says, hey, I want to help you find your rest. And so in verse 28, 29, and 30 of Matthew 11, Jesus talks about that. So let's just read it. It says this. If I can get up here. Here we are. Come to me all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. That's that regret you're living with. It is heavy. So come to me all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And what Jesus is saying is you can try all the religious things, you can try all the stuff the world tells you to do, all that kind of stuff. That is heavy on you because it never actually deals with the issue of what you've done. Jesus says, take my yoke upon you. Basically, come to me. Come to me. In humility, own what you've done, ask for forgiveness of that thing, turn away from it, and follow him instead. And life is just so much easier without that weight upon you. We talked about that Sunday morning, about restoration. And Jesus wants to restore you. Sunday morning we talked about restoration. We talked about 2 Chronicles 7 and about the temple, and that Jesus is now the temple we go to find that restoration. If you want to check it out, it's on Spotify under New Life Whitewood in Saskatchewan. I think if you put that in there, you'll find it. It's a new podcast, but it's only 25 minutes. Why am I sharing that? Because God wants you to find rest. He doesn't want you to live a hectic life. He doesn't want you to live a life that's burdened with all that stuff. He's very intentional about you resting in him and enjoying the life he's given you. God wants you to enjoy life. He really does. Awesome. Have a great day and go out there and truly live.